Hi Cancer, welcome to your reading. We're going to do the next 10 days and we're going to focus on your current energy. Then we're going to see what Spirit wants you to focus on, and then we'll see what's going on for the next 3 to 6 months. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. If this doesn't resonate, definitely check out those other placements. Also, once we finish the main spread, we're going to go into your person, how they feel about you, and how you're feeling right now. So I hope you'll stick with me if that's something you're interested in hearing about. So guys, the message, if you're new, I like to get a message prior to. And what I feel like is going on, especially in the next 10 days because of Mars moving into Cancer, there might be a lot of things that you feel like you need to speak about. Mars is definitely the planet of communication. So it's going to be about using tact in those communications. There could be some things that really bubble up that you haven't had an opportunity to express to people that you care about, or it could be that things trigger you a little bit. So just be cautious of that energy moving into the next 10 days. Okay, so in your current energy, I feel like this is you. I feel like there's something that you want to move towards. It's really good energy because with the Hangman in reverse, I feel like this is wanting to come out of a place where you might have felt stuck, or finally feeling like the universe is pushing you in the direction that you really want to go. I definitely think there's a decision that you have to make about whether this is something that you're really going to be excited about. It could be primarily work or even a relationship. Both could apply, where you want to make sure that you put the right amount of effort, not too much, maybe just a little bit, move slowly into something. You want to make sure that this is going to be the right choice for you before you take any like huge leaps of faith. Okay, this is just crazy how the cards work. And then the Fool comes out on the bottom of the deck, which is your overall energy. So again, it's about taking that leap of faith, but you want to make sure that you're doing it in a way that's really comfortable for you, something that's going to make you happy. The energies could get a little overwhelming in the next 10 days and make you feel like you've got to push harder than normal to get things accomplished. You may feel the urge to speak up more to, say, a partner. This might be just revealing how you feel about somebody and not being afraid to take that step forward and letting them know if you're in a current relationship. So we're going to get into all the different energies. I could pick up on singles, couples, someone from the past, all of those things. So let's see what's coming up in this first row. As I said, it feels like you want to move towards something. It could be a job with the Pentacles. You want to take it slow. You're finally coming out of that energy. It's like having felt held back by the universe for a really long time and just getting that spark, like, finally I can start taking these steps forward. It's just going to be a little bit of a tough decision. So sit with it. You don't have to move at a rapid pace. It's going to feel like you need to because of the Mars energy, but you really don't. The universe doesn't want you to blast forward in such a way that you regret any steps that you make. So take your time, especially if this is moving forward with a new relationship. You really want to make sure that this is the person for you, that you're passionate about, whatever it is that you're making that move towards. Now with the Ace of Wands, this is definitely a new beginning, which is fantastic. So this says make sure that you're super passionate, whether it be about a person or a job or a creative project. Now in this case, we've got the Lovers. So it looks like you want to take that step. Maybe you really want a new beginning in love and you've been single for a really long time. And now you're like, you know, I feel like I'm at a place where that passion's kind of stirring in me again. And I'm interested in finally putting myself out there. It's good too, because you're going to have to find a way to balance a lot of new beginnings in your life. It's like everything seems to feel like it's starting over. Maybe you're moving into a new job and you're wanting to get into a relationship, or just everything seems brand new. And that's a lot of what Cancer's been going through. It's like getting rid of all the old stuff so that you can move into the new. If you are passionate about someone and you're here to hear about them, I'd say that yes, this is definitely Spirit's confirming that this is a good choice for you. It seems like it's going to be passionate and balanced with the Six of Pentacles. And I do feel whatever work you might be stepping towards, if you haven't heard about this new beginning yet, I'd say this is definitely going to be something that's more balanced for you. In other words, you'll be able to balance work and family, relationships. All of that's going to seem to sort of balance out throughout the next either 10 days or the month of May. And then in the next 3 to 6 months, with the moon the moon upright and the Ace of Cups in reverse, I'd say take things slow in the love department, because right now your energy is going to be zapped with things that you're more focused on. Maybe you're more focused on work, and that's where you want to put your energy. And then we have the King of Swords, because right now it's important to focus on cutting out, again, the things that haven't worked for you in the past. So let's say it's a project that you're working on and you put effort into one aspect of it, and now it just doesn't seem to be moving forward. So it's, again, Mars energy is going to be moving you quickly. So you want to cut those things out that don't work quicker than you ever would have before. If let's say this was somebody from your past, it's like now, if it doesn't work, you're going to cut it out. If there's any secrets or there's any betrayals or anything like that, you're going to cut it out quicker than you ever would have. You're not going to give things the opportunity that you used to give them in the past. It's like you've come to another level of understanding of, what relationships are supposed to be like, and what you're supposed to feel in them, and how you're supposed to feel about the work that you do. And it's super important to cut out what doesn't work quicker so you don't stay in that energy for a long period of time. Now, you could be dealing with a Pisces. I've got Gemini here as well. I'm also seeing Capricorn. And then I'm going to say it's more Libra than it is Gemini or Aquarius, but it could be any of those air signs for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify the Page of Pentacles. I also sense, too, that this could be somebody from your past that's going to try to come in and tell you that they've found balance in their life, but they're still not quite where they need to be with the Page energy. So it's going to be a small offer, and I think that's where that tough decision of the Two of Swords comes into play. Even though you're coming out of this stuck energy, that's a great thing, but you don't want to allow people to come in now that you're finally getting to a place where you're doing well, and now all of a sudden they want to come back and say, hey, I kind of sense or see that you're doing well because they've low-key been watching you, and now all of a sudden they want to come back because they see that you're finally getting on your feet, or you've made changes in your life that make you feel better about you, and your energy's really exuding that, and now all of a sudden these people want to come back. So with the World in reverse, this just means that you need to complete these cycles, not letting those people back in who just didn't do you right. You don't want to let energies back around that are going to disrupt anything that you've accomplished because you've been doing such hard work in the last, say, 3 years. So we've got the Seven of Wands in reverse, which is exactly that. It's like you don't want to deal with people who haven't dealt with their own BS in their own life. You're going to move away from those types of energies, as I said, with the Fool, quickly. So no more tolerating anybody who doesn't bring exactly what you want and need to the table. And the same goes for a job. If it's not making you happy, or there's, chaos or some kind of jealousy or conflict going on in the job, then I see you moving away from that quickly and moving towards something that's going to make you feel more passionate and excited. And I definitely feel like they just said this. This is a new partnership that's going to be moving towards you that's going to be more balanced. So patience is going to be needed if you're looking for new love, because you want to make sure that you cut through all those different things that, energies that you may be holding on to that you've needed to speak about in order to make room energetically for this new person to come in. So we've got the Queen of Swords, exactly what we were just talking about. So, and then the Emperor. This is male or female energy. The energy I feel like is moving towards you. This could be somebody you're currently dating or just started dating, and they embody the things that you really desire in a relationship. Again, if you've been single for a long time, you're waiting for this type of energy. Someone who's grounded, someone who's probably spiritual, so that they understand. If you're watching tarot, again, I say this in all my videos, you're probably on your spiritual journey, and it's easier to have people who understand what you're going through. And this person's going to embody all those things that you expect out of a relationship. And again, with the Queen of Wands, I just feel like you're going to speak up. You're going to speak your truth. If you need to do this with people in your life that are trying to come back, or the ones that have currently entered your life, you're going to be much clearer about who you are, where you stand, and the things that you need in those relationships. And then with the Ace of Wands in reverse, this could be just having a little bit of fear about taking that next step forward. In other words, if you meet somebody new, you might be a little bit hesitant. You might feel passionate about moving forward, but it could be a little bit scary at the same time. If you've gone through a lot of hurt and pain and, disappointment in relationships, then yeah, it could be a little bit scary. But hang tight, because the right person, you know now that you need to wait for the right person, and their energy will show up for you. So in the next 3 to 6 months, I think, although these people might come back around, or someone that you really want to come into your life shows up, I do feel like that's going to be something that you're not going to put as much energy into, because you're going to focus on yourself. If you're in a current relationship, I would just say that you need to have conversations with your partner about the fact that it's going to be a little bit more difficult this month to focus on your relationship, that you need to focus on whatever it is that you're working towards, this passionate new project or the new job or whatever's coming up for you that's super important to you. Now we have the Page of Swords in reverse and the King of Swords in reverse. So this feels like just trying to balance out those energies of wanting to move forward and to speaking your mind, but being cautious about it. So in the next 3 to 6 months, if you don't speak up, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for you to move forward and clear that energy. With the King of Wands in reverse, this is like holding back that passion. And if you want to move forward and you want these things to start working out, they just said the patience is going to be needed, because it's not going to move as quickly as you might desire. Sometimes we want things like snap here now. And with this energy that's just shifted from Capricorn to Aquarius with Saturn, that's all about teaching you to take your time, especially in relationships, and knowing for sure who this person is. Don't rush into anything too passionate or physical that might throw you off or cloud your thinking when it comes to choosing that right partner. That's going to be something that's going to be super important, because it also takes a lot of your energy. And they want to make sure that you get where you want to go in the next 3 to 6 months. Okay, so let's clear this up and go ahead while I'm doing this and think about the person that's on your mind. Whoever it is that you came here about. And we'll see how they're feeling about you. If I didn't mention something about relationship in that message just now, this might be more clear for you. I just feel like the past is in the past, and I don't think you're going to be open to the people coming back after you've done all this work. So let's see who this is we're thinking about. Okay, so whoever it is that's on your mind right now isn't able to move forward or take that leap of faith to come towards you. It could be that maybe something happened and one or the both of you decided to leave the relationship, and right now they're just kind of licking their wounds, trying to decide how to move forward. They're not in a really great place emotionally, but you're looking for your wish fulfillment. Exactly. You're holding on to your strength and knowing that you're not going to take offers from people, and there's the Page of Pentacles again, from people who don't have enough love to offer or are emotionally unavailable. Here we have the Two of Wands as the overall energy. So again, what you want. You've got the world in your hands. In other words, the doors are going to start opening for you in all aspects of your life, and you know that you've learned enough lessons that you don't want to repeat them. And here it just says, hold on to that. Hold on to that energy, and know that moving forward, you're going to make the right decisions because you've learned what you needed to learn. Now, again, with your person's energy, with the Fool in reverse and the Ten of Swords, this person's had a lot of disappointments in relationships, and it feels like every time they try to move forward, they just don't find the happiness that they're looking for. I think deep down, they feel like you could be the one. you're the one that got away, is the message they just gave me. And there's this fear that if they try to move towards you, that maybe the damage is already done and they can't resurrect what you guys had. If you're in a new relationship and this is somebody who's moving slowly, it's because they've had a lot of heartbreak in the past. It could be a Leo that you're dealing with. And I would say just give them a little bit of time, because again, you don't want somebody who's going to rush in and get into a relationship with you that's still holding on to their old heartbreaks. You, on the other hand, are holding on to what it is that you want, exactly what you want, your wish fulfillment. You've got the strength now to hold out for the right person. You're not going to deal with a Knight of Cups in reverse, which is someone who's not emotionally available. You'd rather wait for somebody who's going to come in maybe a little bit slowly, with the Page of Pentacles, more stable and grounded. They don't have to show up necessarily as the king, but we did get the Emperor energy. So that tells me that that person would work their way up to that. So it's a matter of just waiting for that perfect person for you, whoever that may be for you. All right, so I want to get some romance angels and we'll see if there's any more information. We have Leo, quite a bit of Leo, and we also have Aquarius, possibly Cancer or Pisces. So we've got soulmate, make the effort, and unrequited love. So soulmate, yes, this is your soulmate. So that's the person that you're going to be waiting for. So if you have any question about this person that you feel is your soulmate, and I'm not talking necessarily about the person from the past, you may have those feelings for that person or you thought they were your soulmate, but what's coming towards you is the person that's actually your soulmate. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take, which is perfect. Yes, take the steps, but make sure that this is exactly what you want and take it slow. And then unrequited love, there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep the relationship going. That's that past person. I think it's gotten to the point now where you're like, I'm just done. I've got to cut this off and move on so I can find exactly what's going to fulfill me, because I've done so much work on myself. Okay, I'm going to get one card from the Lover's Oracle, and then we'll get the Wisdom of Oracle cards to close the reading out for you. This is for Cancer for the next 10 days, please. Okay. So we've got Sacred Union, honor and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. I think that's in a different dimension, they just said. So if you feel like this person's coming, or it's the one that you've just met and it feels so natural, just take your time. I can't say that enough. And let it grow naturally instead of maybe jumping in a little too quickly. Okay. So I've noticed in a lot of the Cancer readings, Leo seems to be a strong energy. So that could be the energy that you're trying to move forward into your life. You may be feeling it as well. Let's see what we've got for the Oracle cards and what you need to really focus on for the next 10 days. So Thinker, come to the edge, and Fork in the road, that's that decision. And then we have Between the Worlds on the bottom. So that's a 3 energy. To me, this is coming out of that dark place. Feeling like you can finally speak up, feeling like you've overcome so much in your life, and now you're coming out of that possibly darker place where things felt difficult and moving towards something so much brighter and more exciting. And then the Thinker, this is contemplating about what to do. Remember when we talked about moving into something that's going to make you really, really happy? The 4-4 is all about balance. So making sure to take the steps slowly, and they want to use the word articulately, but that's how you speak. So speak very clearly when you talk to people, and be sure you're aware of that really strong energy that's going to be sort of pushing through you in the next 10 days, possibly the next 30 days. And then we have Come to the Edge, and that's a 9. So this is about releasing those things, like we've talked about many times in your readings. It's all about letting go of those things that didn't work and moving towards those passionate new beginnings. Especially because, I really want to emphasize this, that Emperor, I can't stop seeing him in my head. So I feel like you need to focus on putting your energy into putting out there what you want, meaning you want somebody who's going to be all those things that you may not have experienced in a relationship before, and stick with that and wait and be patient for that to show up in your life. And then the Fork in the road. this could be that decision we were talking about earlier as well that might be a little tough for you to make, and you're being pushed towards that one direction that the universe knows better. Let's just put it that way. So follow that urge and know that no matter which direction you choose, that's going to be the best direction for you. We've got a lot of threes here. So 3, 3, and then the other card that's still laying at the bottom of the deck is also a 3. I think that's about balancing mind, body, and soul. It's really important to try to find that balance in all things in life, especially this next 10 days, because so much is going to be happening and things are going to be moving so quickly. And you're going to be feeling a lot that's going to want to come up. Okay, Cancer, thank you so much for sticking with me till the end. If you're new here, thank you for being here. And if you're returning, I love you guys so much. I love you all. If you did like this video, please do like and comment and subscribe. We'd love to have you here in the future. If you'd like a personal reading, the information is in the description box below. I hope you guys have a great next 10 days. Love you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.